You are now listening to a party political broadcast from the Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia. The Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia has often been seen as a minority, single-purpose party with a couple of novel ideas and nothing else. With fewer members than any other political party, it is easy to understand why the Sorrenian general populace would be misled to believe that the Commonwealth Party cannot provide for them socially, culturally, and economically. However, this broadcast sets out to dismiss those misleading errors of information. While it is true that the Commonwealth Party exists as a bulwark against Bolshevik disintegration of Sorrenia's subnational monarchies in Amon-Lasgallen and Dopperland, we have far more to offer than a promise on a single affair. Firstly, the Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia recognises the difficult position of secularism in the Federation. Despite the November 2014 census revealing that fully half of all Sorrenian citizens are religious and that a further 23% are agnostic, religions in the Federation are restricted to a non-political fringe that leaves them vulnerable to government tampering. The Commonwealth Party champions the cause of repealing the 2nd of February 2014 separation of church and state law, thus allowing religious groups and minorities in Sorrenia to have their own say and protect their faith from legislative interference. The presidential debate of early February 2015 revealed that the Sorrenian Revolutionary Army is a contentious point for the leaders of the United Sorrenian Workers' Party, the New Democratic Liberty Party, and the Party of Freedom and Democracy. The Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia fully stands behind the Sorrenian Revolutionary Army as both a government tool for defence, international relations, and militarism. However, we advocate that the name of the army be changed to the Sorrenian Federal Army, as maintaining the use of revolutionary language can be an inhibitor of support for the army from right-wing Sorrenian citizens. In regards to foreign relations, it must be said that Governor Miles Pressland, speaking on behalf of the United Sorrenian Workers' Party in the presidential debate, made two grave errors. Firstly, Governor Pressland calls for an alliance with the Republic of Lost Island, a micronation containing high-ranking individuals to promote an extremely radical Islamophobic, homophobic and transphobic agenda, declaring that it is for the good of the country. Secondly, Governor Pressland also puts words in the mouth of the Commonwealth Party leadership and implies that we would support such a disgusting position. We do not. We do not and will not, because we simply cannot. The Sorrenian Federation is a multicultural community that keeps out of the general affairs of its citizens. If we were to form an alliance with Lost Island, then we would be declaring support for their antiquated, paleo-conservative regime that supports such hateful positions. The phrase, "you become the company that you keep," instantly springs to mind, and for that reason, the Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia will never side with any micronation that espouses homophobia or transphobia, or that spews hate speech against religions or ethnicities as a public policy. Speaking of foreign policy, the Commonwealth Party also heartily advocates reapplying for membership within the Grand Unified Micronational, as well as cementing ties with progressive monarchical nations such as the Tsardom of Noland, the Diarchy of Mercia, and the Empire of Adamia. This leads us into familiar territory. The Commonwealth Party's stance on protecting the rights of subnational monarchs is well known, and we stand by it. The existing subnational monarchies in Amon-Lasgallen and Dopperland would be protected under Commonwealth leadership, and furthermore, laws would be tabled to give the right to Sorrenian monarchs to award knighthoods to the subjects of the lands they represent, knighthoods that would be by law honoured and used as titles of address across the entire Federation. It has recently come to the attention of the Commonwealth Party that a virtual gaming league has been discussed and planned by many Sorrenian citizens. The party gives its unconditional support to such a recreational venture, and should the Commonwealth Party get into power, their moves will be made to give the Gaming League full government sponsorship, and could perhaps negotiate a deal for game recordings to be made by Sorrenian state media. These are just a few policies to come from the table of the Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia. The party also plans to revitalise the current immigration policy, continue the existing plans of developing Celtic culture in the Federation, and to instigate a nationalised agriculture programme to test the very limits of Sorrenian self-sufficiency. The other parties of the Sorrenian Federation cannot promise you a unique solution to Sorrenia's issues, only variants of the same bland idea. In the presidential debate, it even emerged that the United Sorrenian Workers' Party, the main party of the Sorrenian left, and the Party of Freedom and Democracy, the supposed voice of Sorrenia's right wing, had collaborated intimately on planning immigration policy. Sorrenian partisan politics has become so afraid of causing offence to each other and to their citizens after some merely heated discussions in previous elections that they now jump at shadows and bend over backwards to appease their political rivals. Sorrenia doesn't need timid cattle leading it forward, ladies and gentlemen. It needs crowned lions. For this reason, the candidate of the Commonwealth Party of Sorrenia, Richard Holiday, formerly known as Richard of Burnham, has declared his intent to run for the position of President of the Federation. This information has been disseminated to the Sorrenian public through this broadcast. We do all we can, not for personal gain, but for the Commonwealth of Sorrenia. Vote Commonwealth. Vote for real change.